So so welcome back in coding section now. Today I will start one video stream for learning the C sharp. Actually, this video why I'm starting. I'm a C++ programmer from last 20 years, but somehow I required to learn C sharp nowadays due to some my own requirement. Okay, so I just wanted to let's start some video series where I myself learn the C sharp and also share this my learning in video format, okay, so that the person who are following this series, they will also get, and he has also interest in learning C sharp, then it would be equally great support to them also, right? And for me also it is like digital library generating here, so that if sometime I need to revisit my learning or refresh my learning, then I will go to the these video series and start refreshing or rebooting myself or relearning myself, okay? So that is the main intention to create this series. This is my personal requirement, but at the same time, I also want to help the others who are also on the same path as of now. Okay, right. Let's move on. So I'm just first creating C sharp project. So I would select this console app. I'm sorry, earlier it was something else selected, so that's why this is not the correct. So I have to select console app to run few program and build something, and here my solution name would be something you said learning C sharp, right? C hash, and then also you have to complete invalid solution name because learning C sharp, okay? And this is your day one, so I am saying that day one, okay? Place the solution project in the same directory. I would create it. Okay, so what is saying, because a file or directory with the same name already exists. All right, so to say it like this, if I say this, can no, still not. So okay, so all right, so just create d11 001, okay? So 001 and create it, okay? So this is your basic console program, and just to so just like anybody who is just starting learning any new language, they are just starting with typing the first program, which is called hello world, right? So I will also do it, console.writeLine, and I would say, okay, hello world, hello C sharp, okay? And so this will print hello C sharp in my console. So let's try it and just run your day, and you will get that yes, press any key. So hello C sharp is printed on the console, and it will doing what is expected to do, right? So I just accomplished my first program. You can create it. Now the question is, what you do here how to write this. So console writeLine and just press tab. So this is your num1, then console, and this is like something I'm doing this num, and something I'm doing this num1. So by this way you can see that so yeah, so you can use these kind of variables, and then getting the hint from so yeah, so I have seen few things here in C sharp. It is giving almost recommendation of your how to write the code also, right? And this is a good part. Usually I'm not seeing this thing in any other C++, I don't know, do we have such things? But here it is saying that if you press two time tab, probably it will write whatever the recommendation given to you, right? So that would be a great part in my opinion. Yeah, thank you. And next thing I have to do is, yeah, so what next? So I have started using the variable, that is very basic. Then different kind of variables. I know I have a programming experience, so I don't want to go much about it. It's okay. So rest is okay. Let's move on to next. So display variables. So how do you display it, right? So suppose I have this number, and so okay, so one thing is that const and non-const. Do I need to do anything? I don't think so. But if I have to do check also, let's say num2 is equal to 10. Now if I will try to assign any value in this, probably it will complain. Why it is complain? Because num2 you declared as a const variable, so this is definitely not going to work for you. And so yeah, and this just write it like that, that's it. So this is okay for my understanding, and this is perfectly all right, okay? So yes, now what else I have to do? So next thing is display variable is done, multiple variables is okay, I can understand, and I can do it. Now just move on to next is multiple variable, declare multiple variable in one line. That is okay, perfectly all right. So do I need to do any previous? No, I don't think so. let's move on. The next is identifier, C# identifier, and example is int this is equal to 60. Okay, but not so easy to understand what is actually is what m is actually. Int m is equal to 60. Okay, but not so good. So minute per hour. So how you will define the variable? So that is there. And next is C# data type. Data type, like different type of data type is possible. For example, int have size 4 bytes, long has 8 byte size, float is 4 byte, and double is 8 byte, bool is 1 bit, char is 2 byte, string is 2 byte per character. So like that. So these are the C# data types. Okay, next is C# typecasting. So C# typecasting is something like, so for example, there are in C++ also there is a typecasting. Okay, in C# also there are two different kind of typecasting, implicit and explicit typecasting. Okay, and when I talk about the implicit typecasting, it is something like so char to int, int to long, long to float, and float to double. So these kind of typecasting is possible. Okay, and explicit is double to float, float to long, long to int, int to char. These are required explicit typecasting. Converting, so in general, converting a smaller type to a larger type is implicit, and converted to larger type, converting to large type to a small size is explicit. So that needs manually, because that would be little dangerous. So it won't be automatic, right? So because if you are very much sure that your smaller data size can handle the value, and you are sure, then you can typecast, and that would be considered as a explicit typecast. Okay, quickly moving on. So what is next? Next explicit typecasting. Like you can show this thing, manual typecasting and explicit typecast. Okay, so something like example is like that, and you can see that this is something is like that. So this is manual casting, double to int, and so on and so forth, right? This is your one example. So, and this is also another example. You can push it here, which is int my int 10, double my double, this, and my bool is this. Okay, so my int, it is defined already. Yeah, so you don't have to declare again, and my double is also already defined, so you don't need to define again. Just to, that's it. Convert into a string, convert into double, convert double to int, and convert bool to a string, something like that. You can convert vice versa, and so on and so forth. Okay, by conversion, many times there is no need of type conversion, but sometimes you have to take a look at the next chapter when working with the user input. Okay, go to next chapter, C# user input, get user input, and one example is like that. Okay, let me explain you in this example also. So let me try to understand this. So they are saying that console write line enter username, you have to push some username here. Now when you type into the console like username, this username, by using this console read line, you are getting this to store in username, and then you are just pressing. So let's run this program actually, and I'm saying that okay, my username is enter username Avinash Mishra, and hit the enter. As I hit enter, there is saying that username is Avinash, right? Where how I'm getting this from here. So where is console? Yeah, so let me share you. This is like username is Avinash Mishra. Avinash Mishra I typed, and that's it. Okay, so this is your this example. Let's see how do you see this thing. Close it. Okay, next example is some good example. Let me try to this example. Okay, so console write is, and yes, so let's try to some more example here, and this is your is console read line is something. What is happening here? What is happening here? Why it is saying that read the next line to the character from the standard input stream, return the next line of the character from the input or null if no more lines are available. Okay, so can't implicit convert type a string to int. So what you do here is this will say the error, right? So this will say the error. So convert to int 32. So convert to int 32. So one example to do this thing is like just call convert to int 32, right? So this, and you just have to pass your output in this method, and it will work well, right? Now you will see that your error has vanished. So this is what next, test yourself. That's it. Okay, arithmetic operation, do I need to do anything? I don't think so. It is same as C++, so I will ignore it. Basics arithmetic. So there are different kind of arithmetic operators, and these operators are like addition, plus, minus is subtraction, star is multiplication, this division, then modulus, plus and minus. I will skip because these all are C++ funda, so I am very much okay with this. Let's move on next. Assignment of a value to some variables. This is perfectly all right, no issue at all. Let's move on. Comparison. So compare two variables. Okay, anything new in this? Anything new in this? I don't think so. This is just a one example. Let's try to this example for learning the comparison. So do you think that this is good example? Right line x is greater than, return true because 5 is greater than 3. So I think yes, this is okay. If I say 3 3, can I say this is returning false? So of course this will return false. Okay, so if I change little bit now, type username Avinash and enter age. So for example, I'm saying that 32 and false. So last variable, if I check the output here, x is greater than y, is it 3 is greater than 3? No, so it will return false, right? This comparison will return 0, false. So you are pushing the false value here. Okay, thank you. Let's move on.